Welcome back to another day, another beautiful day, and a beautiful episode of Hidden Secrets in Books. As you guys know, we bring the best authors to the show, the top 1% of guests, those who have a lot of knowledge embedded in books. They have written down things that you may never find anywhere else except in their books. Today's guest is NaRon Tillman. NaRon, welcome to Hidden Secrets in Books.
I'm sorry. The name of my book is Awakening I Am, Internal Awareness in an AI Age.
All right, thank you so much. So, what inspired you to write Awakening I Am? And what inspired you to write Awakening I Am, Internal Awakening
Well,
in an AI Age?
what happened was I was learning prompting. I'm a mindfulness coach. I'm a spiritual pastor, leader, and all that. And as I was learning prompting, I saw a starking similarity between the subconscious mind and the way that we talk to ourselves on a daily basis and the agents that we use on a daily basis. The better we prompt, the better we get results.
All right,
That,
thank you so much.
Mhm.
So, what does the title actually mean, and why is that message so important today?
So the responses are rehearsed long before we are chosen. Like, um, we have our parents, they put into us. We have our religion, they pour into us. So our responses are actually dictated. We have commercials that impress on us. But how do we reverse that? How do we actually choose how we respond in the moment? And or how do we prompt ourselves on a daily basis? If I wake up in the morning and I say, hey man, I'm tired and I don't want to go, that's chapter one, the prompt. I wake up and whatever I say to myself, that's how my day is going to end.
The book compares AI prompting with the way our minds are programmed. Can you explain that idea for those who have zero idea about what prompting is?
Yeah, so our self-talk is how we actually, it's called a prompt. And I didn't notice at first how we actually talk to ourselves. I'll give you an example. Have you ever been on the way to an argument or a fight and you start to say, oh, when I get there, I'm going to say this and that person's going to say that and I'm going to say this? Like we're prompting ourselves, preparing for whatever it is that we're going into. And then when we get there, it doesn't even play out in that way. Those are prompts. Anytime you talk to yourself, anytime you repeat self-doubt, anytime you wake up in the morning and say today's going to be a long day or I'm through with this, all of those are prompts. That's the same way AI works. I was able to see that as I learned about AI. And what I'm telling you is your self-talk, your subconscious talk, the most dominant thoughts in your mind is shaping your worldview. We all see the world through our subconscious.
All right, thank you so much. So how do subconscious beliefs quietly shape the lives we end up living?
Subconscious beliefs doesn't quietly shape the minds that we believe in. It loudly does it, but we're just not conscious of it, if that makes sense. You don't have to remind your eyes that when it starts to tear up to blink. You don't have to remind your hand to lift up when you want it to lift. We have motions and movements that we do naturally that is all programmed by the subconscious mind. These are movements we don't have to remind ourselves to breathe. We don't have to remind our heart to beat. These are all movements that happen on a general basis where we have to reprogram the subconscious is the things that are hidden. If I have a money block, if I have a self-esteem block, if I have a relationship block, the subconscious mind has already programmed it, recorded it, and put it in the disk. And I might meet a good guy, but I'll take the bad guy because subconsciously that's what I think that I'm attracted to. So the subconscious mind only wants to please the end user, just the same way that AI wants to please you. If you are not contextual in your AI and give it real context, it's only going to give you an answer that it feels pleases you. Your subconscious mind plays the same role. It's only going to attract the people that you like. You can change your address, but you can't change your behavior. Or you can change your behavior and you can change your address. And if you don't change your behavior, you're going to attract the same people. And that's what the subconscious mind is. The subconscious, the AI agents, Claude, ChatGPT, all of those things are just a mirror of our subconscious mind.
Okay, so why do repetition and attention play such a powerful role in personal transformation?
Why did what play a role? Sorry.
Repetition and attention.
Repetition. Oh, so repetition, micro movements, I like to call it. Micro movements. We show up every day. When I first started doing yoga, I'm going to use that as my repetition, personal repetition story. My knee was swollen. I could not bend my knee. My ankles, because I spent years playing basketball, and they said I had water in my knee. So my yoga teacher told me, don't even worry about bending your knee. Just stick the knee out to the side. And gradually bend the knee. Every week we came back. Just bend the knee. Miraculously, from focusing on the knee, the focus was me looking at it. Sorry. The focus was me looking at it. The repetition was me bending to where the pain was at. And eventually, I have no swelling in my knee. I didn't have to have surgery. That's not for everybody. That's my personal experience. Repetition brings about confidence. If I repeat a move when nobody's watching, when I have to pull it out when everybody's watching, it's just the same thing I did in my backyard.
All right, thank you so much. So, the internal prompts that you talk about, how can people begin recognizing them?
monitoring what you say to yourself when you first wake up in the morning. Am I being negative? Like if I wake up in the morning and I'm like, oh, today's going to be a long day. We all get the same 24 hours. We all get the same 7 days a week. So how am I approaching my day? Slowing down is important. Slow down to listen to what thoughts you know that we have a million thoughts that run through our mind a minute. But what are my most predominant thoughts? Am I thinking negative? Am I thinking positive? And just starting. So 1 would be slow down. 2 would be monitor your thoughts. 3 would be just starting. If you want to start a diet, just start. Don't ask Google how to start a diet. You know what you shouldn't be eating. Just don't eat it. It's I know it sounds simple and it's not, because we get back to that subconscious mind. The mind is going to crave it because the subconscious mind, like a AI agent, only wants to please you. It knows you like donuts. It knows you like things that are harmful for you. It knows you like alcohol, cigarettes. These things may be killing you, but it's going to crave it because at 12 o'clock, this is what we do. So you just got to slow down and assess, what are you aligning with? I think that's the first place to start. And I hope that makes sense. Let me know if I'm making sense or not.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense. Yeah.
Thank you.
So, what practical exercise or habits from the book can someone begin using today?
Well, chapter 6 in my book, Awakening I Am, we actually give you, at the end of each chapter, we give you stuff that you can start applying. But chapter 6 gives you a deep dive into crafting your own awareness. Like we ask you to slow down and to assess what's stopping me today. How am I feeling? You know, and we just created Awakening I Am assessment that asks 24 questions about where you are. It's accompanied with a AI agent that will help you. It will give you your own I am affirmations that you can use according to your own personal answers. So we didn't just write a book, we were writing an ecosystem to help people really discover who they are.
All right, so finally, if readers finish Awakening I Am with one lasting takeaway, what do you hope it is?
For me, the hardest part of the book was the end of the book when I started to talk about my own personal trials, um, church split, uh, loss of family. I really had to find myself. I'm back with my family. I'm still pastoring, but those were some dark times. And the labels that are put on you. I was a prominent pastor, and the stuff that people were saying about you. Are you going to take on their labels, or are you going to take on what you have? But more than that was the money blockers and the self-sabotage. Because my dad wasn't around. So my mom, and so you start to take on, oh, this is who we are as a, you don't have to be that. You don't have to have the same legacy that the people before you had, good or bad. I dive into deeply money blockers that I had to get over. I've been in business since I was 19. All of my kids went to private school. But I always found myself not financially stable. It's not the finances. It wasn't the business acumen. It wasn't what I was selling. It was me. It was my mindset. Money in, money out. Same thing with AI. Garbage in, garbage out. And as I started to learn AI and I started to write this book, this is my first book that I actually published. You know how many books I have on my desk that I started and didn't complete? This is an accomplishment. But it was also a vulnerable point for me where I had to disclose and talk about stuff that I would not necessarily, even on this podcast, Hidden Secrets, that I wouldn't necessarily talk about. But I'm comfortable talking about it now because I know that somebody needs to hear it.
All right, thank you for sharing the powerful ideas behind Awakening I Am. The book offers a fresh perspective on identity, awareness, and transformation, reminding us that lasting change begins with the thoughts we choose to nurture. It has been a pleasure having you on the show. So, for
Thank you
those who
for
would
having
like to get your book, how can they do that?
Well, walkinvictory.me is where all of my thoughts and everything all right. And I'll send you the link for if they want the physical book, because the book can be purchased online. But if they want the physical book, I'll send you the link and they can go and it'll be shipped throughout the world. I'm so proud of that. Like I never thought that I would be able to say that.
All right, NaRon, thank you. This has been a wonderful episode. I really appreciate you coming. And I hope listeners can take away something from this. And to all my audience as well, those who love books, this is another book I'm sure you guys should be checking out. If you are on the verge of spiritual awakening as well to rewire your internal prompts, definitely you should be checking out this book. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and thank you, NaRon, for coming to Hidden Secrets in Books.
Thank you for having me.
And do have a wonderful day ahead.